Welcome to the Paige and Annika show! Today is our first day of the Paige and Annika show. We've done some before, but we haven't put it on YouTube. But today's very special, so we are going to read you a story! Yay! Okay, so it's going to be one of the many 2-minute puppy tales. Yes, 2-minute puppy tales. Okay, so
it'll take 2 minutes to read.
So it'll take 2 minutes. It might take less time. You never know. Okay, this one is called The Puppy Who Lost His Bark. Annika, would you like to start?
Sure. Patch was a young puppy who couldn't stop barking. It was the first thing he did when he woke up every morning, and the last thing he did every night. He went, woof, 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 all day long. Sometimes he even barked in his sleep. Do you have to be so noisy, Patch? His mom often said. Patch would simply go, woof, and nod his head. I wish you were quieter, Patch, his dad would sigh. Woof, 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 would be Patch's reply. Then one fateful day, something amazing happened. Patch woke up in his basket, opened his mouth, and nothing came out. His mom and dad could hardly believe their big floppy ears. Patch had lost his bark.
Okay, now let's show the pictures.
Ah,
Beautiful pictures. Okay. And by the way, kids, learn how to read Believe, unlike Annika.
I lost my spot. Thank you very much.
Okay, anyway.
Don't be such cruel people like Paige here, little girls and boys. She's a cruel person.
He was as surprised as they were. He kept opening his mouth and trying to bark, but he couldn't raise a single tiny yak. Patch was completely and utterly wolfless. At first his mom and dad were kind of relieved. This was the first time they had any peace and quiet since Patch was born. It was wonderful living in a wolf-free house. Or was it? After a while they began to worry. Do you feel alright, Patch? His mom asked. Patch looked up at her and said, and shook his head. There, there, Patch, said his dad. Don't cry. A little whimper was Patch's only reply. Poor Patch. Patch felt hot, and his throat was sore, and soon the doctor was at the door. Patch had a fever. He'd caught a nasty bug. He had to have some medicine and stay cuddled up and snug. The next morning, Patch was much better. He woke up in a basket and opened his mouth and went, yap! Then he went up, yap, 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 and followed with a woof, woof, woof. His mom and dad winced. They realized they were probably in for a very noisy day. But they looked at Patch and thought, actually, we wouldn't want him to have him any other way. First pictures. Long way. So there are, I think, 3 other stories in this book, but you have to tune in tomorrow or the next time we do a show to see the other stories. What are we going to talk about now? We're going to talk about, what did you do this morning? I cleaned horse poo. I didn't. Well, I did. Yay. And, yeah. Yeah, so, seems like we're coming to a close for the Paige and Annika show. So, tune in next time on the Paige and Annika show. Yay!